What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you were DMing and liking my makeup from yesterday's video, so I figured I would do a really quick get ready with me going to work. Literally going to work is I have to hurry up and do this really quickly, so I honestly don't have the time to do, if I do full glam, it's because it's my basic. So first is I get a wipey and just wipe down any excess stuff that I've missed. And yes, you heard it right, I said wipey, because I feel like the wipey really gets residue off. I know that's disgusting, but it gets everything out, and it's cheaper than those freaking makeup wipes. Like, I don't have time to be spending $10 on 20 makeup wipes when I can spend $5 on 3 packs of these. And how many come in here? 64 wipies in 1 pack, and I get 3 of them. So yes, I use wipies. And sorry if the lighting's bad, that's usually why I do my videos outside and not inside. I don't use primer or moisturizer, because the moisturizer I usually just use it at night. Primer, I feel like it makes my makeup move, and usually the makeups that I go to is the L'Oreal Infallible Stick Foundation, the Wet n Wild Foundation, Clinique Beyond Perfecting, ooh, fancy, and Born This Way, because girl, you know I need this in my life. But today we're doing simple. So on the inside, I usually just use a lighter color, and then I go with the darker shade. I go with the darker shade on the outside. And it's really quick. It's just dab some stuff in here, kind of make a triangle like we're trying to look like a clown across the nose, because my nose is usually red. So if I want it to be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or I wanted someone to spot me, that's what it would be. My nose would basically snitch me out. Like, oh, there she goes. And then I kind of get this and I put it around. I know it looks goofy, and like I said, I just do this very quickly. I have like 3 or 4 basic things that I use, just because I usually have to run out the door. And sometimes I don't want to get up, and I'm just like, let me lay here. Okay, to blend this out, I usually use this random crown brush that I got from probably an Ipsy bag, or I use a Real Techniques Beauty Blender. Today, we're using this, but it's not damp, so give me a second. And we're back. Why does it just look like I'm some ghosty face? Let's do this a little closer. I'm sorry, guys. So I kind of just tap and drag a little bit. Just so, because this motion, look, I still have all this residue. So these girls on YouTube, they don't be telling me how to do this stuff. So believe it or not, I used to not know how to put my makeup on, do my eyebrows, or my hair. So I used to walk out the house with a foundation just on my face, not around my eyes, and my eyebrows was Sharpie thin. Yep, you guys heard it. And if I took off them Sharpie pen eyebrows, there was none in there. Let's see if I do this lighter. Does that look a little better? Nope, that looks darker. Alright. I literally need to invest in some lighting. Let me see how this looks. See, sometimes, like, that's how come I don't like to use the primer, because I feel like it makes my face look cakey. This just makes me look white. Like, let's see if this, how does that look? Does that look a little better? I could probably do, let's do it this way, so it's not in our face. Okay. Next, I don't do the eyebrows. I use this setting powder, and a coworker, shout out to Rachel Garcia, would use this in the morning when I worked with her, and I was like, hey, I should try that, because her makeup looked flawless. And so I started trying it, and I absolutely love it. So thanks to her, my face sometimes looks like it's put together. Now sometimes my face doesn't look together, and I have this one friend, actually I have a few of them, but it's a group of girls at work. Paulina, Dina, Claudia, and Selena. They will tell me when I look a hot mess. They're like, ooh, girl, what'd you do? You didn't try this morning or what? And they're usually really, those are true friends, the ones that tell you the truth. Truth hurts, but they tell you the truth. So I have this Gucci bag that my brother got me, and I use it just to store everything and anything, because right now I don't have very much space to kind of be organized. So this is how come. Hopefully all this will change within time. I'm gonna use the Laura Geller blush. I actually got this in a boxy chain. And I usually just dab it like pimp, and then put it on, because if not, we got all kinds. And then the classic is the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia palette. I've had this for a while. Ooh, look at that shimmer and shine. And I honestly just use my finger. And I use my middle finger. So if you feel like I'm throwing some, and I usually just round circles and then tab up. And this is just stuff that I've had to teach myself. Like, I'll see people do it on YouTube, and they're just like, oh, use this brush, Morphe this. And I'm like, can someone get sponsored by Wet n Wild? I could use a 50-cent brush. That's my thing. I know a lot of the guru YouTubers get sponsored by a high-end, where they do collabs, and I honestly feel like it would be so awesome if someone did a collab with like CoverGirl or Wet n Wild or Milani, just something at the drugstore. Whoa, sorry about that. That somebody can afford. Like, come on, people. Don't you want, I mean, I understand there's a lot of, see, you guys like that eyeball view? I understand a lot of people want to save money and want to say that they made it, but honestly, I would rather do a collab with drugstore. You know, I would want my viewers who can't afford it or who don't want to break their bank. Alright, for my brows, I use Milani Dip Brow in number 50, which is dark brown. That didn't sound too fancy. Let's go with dark brown chocolate. So I tab it like diagonally, and then just kind of start at the top and then make my way. And then I just kind of do small strokes. Now, one thing I learned that YouTube does not tell you, doing your brows takes time and effort. So practice. So when I watched a YouTube video on how I do my brows, I watched it, I attempted to do it, and it was a hot mess. Look how better that looks. A hot mess. And it was horrible. And then, so I was upset. I was so upset. And I'm like, these girls lied to me. I can't do it. These are things that they don't tell you in the video. Yes, it takes time and effort and practice. Lots of practice. Let's get a good zoom in here. So you see how I kind of just follow my brow line? It's almost like coloring in the lines. Now, if you don't have no brows, that takes some skills. But honestly, it was so hard for me. I had to let my brows grow. And I think that's how come sometimes when I talk to people, it's so easy for me to relate to them, rather if it's stuff personal or within your appearance, girl. Take speech. You know what? I did take speech when I was younger. Appearance. What? I know what I'm talking about. I feel like, or even if it's just life, I feel like I can relate to them because I've been there before. And I feel like sometimes when we go through stuff in life, we always want to ask why, or, down ourselves out. And, not be like, hey, this is actually could help us in the long run, because once we get through those trials and once we get through those things, we can help somebody else, or they could look back and say, whoa, if Lisa can get through this and not have a nervous breakdown, so can I. And I feel like that helps out a lot, especially when it comes to kids and bullying. That's really, really tough. Like, we don't understand. Like, honestly, I didn't understand how serious. Does this look a little handicapped? Hold on, guys. No, it's fine. It's fine. We don't understand how serious it is. Like, for me, I recently found out how serious it is and how kids can be so mean. So mean. I used the IT Cosmetics mascara only because I got it in my BoxyCharm. And then I have Bang Gal. It's by Benefit. Again, another high-end. Girl, I got this on my income tax time. But if you want a good mascara, I usually use this Maybelline Flossies. Don't get it twisted. I just got done saying how I would do a collab with the drugstore, and then you're like, girl, you using IT Cosmetics. No, I got it in a BoxyCharm, which is only $20 a month. Okay, I shouldn't say only because that is kind of a lot of money. It's $20. So speaking of my BoxyCharm, I keep my stuff in here. So like I have like different like little eyeshadow. I didn't get this in my BoxyCharm, but I do like this. I just don't know. Sometimes I go all out and I wear, like yesterday, I used this palette for my eye. For my eyes. My little bootleg Lumi light. You guys see that? I got that for $6 at Walmart. My selfies are good. But bullying, yes, it is serious. Guys, we don't know how serious it is. Sometimes for me, it's hard for me to understand certain situations until I've gone through it or I've seen it. Alright, we're at 13 minutes. See, that's what I get for talking. Usually this only takes me 10. But I have to see it. So like if I see someone dealing with like, I see them dealing with something and I'm just like tough it up, like come on. And then I see it and I'm just like, wow. Or I go through something and I'm like, why doesn't this person just do this? Or why don't they do that? Or why can't they do this? And then my grandma was telling me, like, you can't expect people to be like you because everyone's different. And I'm like, no, everybody's the same. And she's like, no, everybody's different. Everybody thinks differently. Everybody handles certain situations differently. And I'm like, oh. Does anyone else make that weird mascara face like it's gonna help any? I do. I feel like if I do this, it's stretching my face. Like, I'm stretching. But, or I'll open my eyes. So today, in Texas, it is cold. It is. So I'm wearing my foofy boots. How many of you guys like foofy boots? You know what? Give this video a thumbs up if you like chicken and waffle socks. And they got those at the Dollar Tree, just so you guys know. So if you do like chicken and waffle socks, that's the place to go. And we're done. 15 minutes, but I will blame that on the talking. Usually I just put some type of lip on. If anything, I really like these Mulani lips. They're really, really good. They're matte lipsticks. They last. You can eat. The only thing, let me tell you this, Mulani. When I eat a sandwich and I'm like, well, for some reason, I don't know if this naturally goes like this, but my lip hits here. So when I'm eating, I don't even know how that happens. Like I bite like this. So I don't know how this lip ends up here. So I end up having this huge line. And then to my friends, I'm talking. I'm like, hey, and they're like, you get something in your face. And I'm like, grr. Like, how did that happen? Like, I don't eat like that. Like, it just like, I eat. And I'm just like, still so confused on how that happens. You know, let me know in the comments below if that happens to you. Anybody out there. Like, it's some type of, you know, anybody out there. Alright guys, I'm done rambling. I still have to pack my lunch, and I still have to put my lipstick on, brush my teeth, put deodorant on. So by then, I should be done, ready for work. But this is really quick and simple, just some foundation. I don't need a contour, all that stuff. I just put the lighter color of foundation in the inside, darker in the outside, blend it out, use some drugstore makeup, or stuff that we got in our BoxyCharm. Again, give this video a thumbs up if you like chicken waffle socks. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to subscribe so you are notified when I upload videos. From my understanding, the notification bell doesn't work, but you know what? Still hit it anyways. And subscribe and share. And until then, bye guys.